Hello class, my name is Madison Younger, and today we're going to be talking about Chapter 3, Software for Educators. Be sure and take notes over the slideshow because there will be a short quiz at the very end over the slideshow, so make sure you take very thorough notes. The operating system. To use any application software, your computer must be running another type of software, an operating system. The role of the operating system. Software can be categorized into two types, system software and application software. System software consists of programs that control the operations of the computer and its devices. Application software. Programs designed to perform specific tasks for users, businesses, and scientific computer programs. The operating system contains instructions that coordinate all of the activities of the hardware devices in a computer. The operating system also controls instructions that allow you to run an application software. Standalone operating systems. A standalone operating system is a complete operating system that works on a desktop computer, notebook computer, or mobile computing device. Examples of current standalone operating systems are Microsoft Windows and Mac OS X. Embedded operating systems. The operating systems on mobile devices and many consumer electronics called an embedded operating system resides on an internal chip rather than a hard drive. Most of today's embedded operating systems support multi-touch. Different types of embedded operating systems. There's 3 different kinds: iOS, Google Android, and BlackBerry OS. I'm giving you guys definitions just because I want you to be familiar with each thing that we're going to be talking about. Apple's iOS is an operating system developed by Apple and used on the iPad, the iPod Touch, and the Apple TV. Apple allows programmers worldwide to design apps specifically for devices. Google Android. Google Android is an operating system designed by Google for mobile devices. Google Android allows programmers to design programs specifically for devices supporting the operating system. BlackBerry OS. BlackBerry OS is an operating system developed by Research in Motion for BlackBerry's line of smartphones. BlackBerry has been recently declining sales over the last few years. Of the user interface. A user interface controls how you enter data or instructions, which is known as the input, and how information is presented on the screen, which is known as the output. Application software. Application software, also called application programs, can be used for the following purposes. It can be used as a productivity business tool. It can assist with graphics and multimedia projects. It can be used for supporting school and professional activities. It can be good with helping with home and personal activities, and it can be good for facilitating communications. So I personally think that I would, in my classroom, use it for facilitating communications, because I'm probably going to have my students interacting a lot and having them talk back and forth, so that is probably what I would use it for. You might use it for one of the other things that's here. And there are 5 major categories of popular application software, and you will likely use software from more than one of these categories. So like right here, you can see it has school, but you might use it for home and personal or communications. So you might use it for something different. But it says that the K through 12 educational software applications is what the database is used for. So, starting a software application. To use application software, you must instruct the operating system to start the program. Both Mac OS and Microsoft Windows use the concept of a desktop. To see the step-by-step instructions, you can look on page 103. The desktop is an on-screen work area that uses common graphical elements such as icons, buttons, windows, menus, and dialog boxes to make it easy and intuitive for users to interact with the computer. These are the different definitions just so you can be familiar with them. An icon is a small image that represents a program, an instruction, or some other project. A button is a graphical element that, when selected, causes a specific action to take place. A menu is a list of commands from which you can make a selection. Commands are instructions that cause a computer program to perform a specific action. A window is a rectangular area of the screen that is used to display a program, data, or information. The top of a window has a title bar, which is a horizontal space that contains the window's name. And a file is any document that you're working on and you have saved exists as a file. A file is a named collection of data used by programmers. To distinguish various amounts of files, you can assign each file a file name. Working with software applications. While using many software applications, you have the ability to create, to edit, format, print, and save documents. So those are all things you can do when using software applications. These are the definitions. A document is a piece of work created with an application and saved on a storage medium with a unique file name. Creating involves developing the document by entering text or numbers, designing graphics, and performing other tasks using an input device such as a keyboard or a mouse. Editing is the process of making changes to the document's existing content. Common editing tasks include inserting, deleting, cutting, copying, and pasting items in a document. Formatting involves changing the appearance of a document. Formatting is important because the overall look of a document can significantly affect its ability to communicate effectively. For example, you might want to increase the font size to improve readability, or you might want to bold, italicize, or underline words. So I showed you what each one of those features was. So here I increased my font size, I made this word bold, I italicized this word, and I underlined that word. Voice recognition. Many software applications use voice recognition. Voice recognition, also called speech recognition, is the computer's capability of distinguishing spoken words. You speak into your computer's microphone and watch your words display on your screen as you talk. Note-taking software. Note-taking software is application software that enables users to enter typed text, handwritten comments, graphs, drawings, or sketches anywhere on a page and then save the page as part of the electronic notebook. This can be very handy for when you are teaching, because you can be teaching and have your projector pulled down and you can be writing notes up on the projector for your students to be jotting down as you're going, and it can be very beneficial. Productivity software. Productivity software is designed to make people more effective and efficient while performing daily activities. Processing software. One of the most widely used application software is word processing software, which is used to create, edit, and format documents that consist primarily of text. The most popular word processing programs used in schools today are Microsoft Word and Apple Works. By acquiring solid word processing skills, teachers can increase their productivity significantly by using word processing software to create written documents such as lesson plans, handouts, parent communications, and students' tests. Word processing can also include clip art collections, margins, spell checker, search bar, header and footer, and wizard and assistant. So the word processing process goes create, then you edit, you save, and then you print. Spreadsheet software. Another widely used software application is spreadsheet software, which allows you to organize numeric data in rows and columns. Many teachers interact with spreadsheet programs on a daily basis. Every time teachers enter students' grade or attendance information into a computer, they are entering information into a special spreadsheet program called an electronic gradebook. Database software. Database software allows you to create a computerized database, add, change, and delete data, sort and retrieve data from the database, and create forms and reports using the data in the database. Schools use databases to organize data and information about students, staff members, school policies, equipment inventories, book inventories, purchases, and more. Presentation graphics software. Using presentation graphics software, you can create documents called presentations, which you then use to communicate ideas, messages, and other information to a group, such as a class or people in an auditorium. Teachers can create an integrated electronic presentation into any classroom curriculum as an exciting alternative to the traditional lecture. Personal information managers. A personal information manager is a software application installed on smartphones that include an appointment calendar, address book, notepad, and other features to help you organize personal information. The appointment calendar can be helpful for teachers because they can set up dates and times for meetings with parents and/or staff. And that's all I have for Chapter 3. I hope everyone took good notes and good luck on the quiz.